yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Raider Nation. T Crumps in the house. What an exciting day. What an exciting weekend we've had. Raider Nation. Wow. Who would have ever thunk it? Huh? Who would have ever thought we'd be in this position we're in today? What are we? Nine and seven? 9-7 versus 9-7 against the Chargers. We'll get into it a little bit, not a whole lot though. I don't know. We got a lot to talk about. It's a great weekend. Awesome weekend for your boy. First and foremost, I absolutely have to give a shout out to my alma mater, my homies, MSU, Montana State University. Yes, sir. We're playing North Dakota State Saturday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I know that's not a Raider Nation, but please believe it at some point. It's very possible we may have a player from Montana State University as a Raider. And as we all know, once a Raider, always a Raider. So, hey, it is what it is. It can happen. Yeah. So, before I forget, take care of housekeeping as always. Please do not forget to smack that like button. Also, please subscribe. Again, this is probably like the second week in a row I've slacked it. Actually, I didn't slack that bad this time around. I got a couple of subs over the game, so that's always awesome. And yeah, so I did a little bit of marketing from that respect, so I wasn't all bad, if you will. Yeah, so yeah, let's talk about it. Indianapolis, Indiana. Again, another who would have ever thunk it. Who would have ever thought? I can't recall specifically being in Indianapolis, and if I was, it wasn't for much time for sure. But once again, I man, you want to talk about pleasantly surprised and super impressed. Shout out to Lucas Oil Stadium, straight up. I was really surprised. I mean, I think it was built in 2008, something like that, 2009. So it's not old. It was badass. Uh, yeah, I have to give them props. I thought it was well put together. I didn't get a chance to go around every nook and cranny like I would have liked to, because they only allow you in the stadium 2 hours ahead. I think Raiders are the only stadium, excuse me, that allows people in 3 hours prior. And in my opinion, if you're a first time goer, even if you're a second, third time goer, you absolutely need every bit of those 3 hours. The one cool thing, and I bet we probably do it too. I just never. You're either really excited after a Raider game, and you're just so ecstatic, you just want to walk out with everybody, watch everybody walk across that bridge. I mean, man, it's a good thing. So you end up leaving probably earlier than you have to. But what I did like about Lucas Oil is that not only do they sell, food, alcohol, and so forth throughout the whole entire game, even an hour after. Um, and again, that's where, now that I think about it, that'll be something that I'll look into at Vegas Raiders. see how that works out for us, and if they keep the club seats and the club lounges and all the suites and so forth. How long they keep that open after the game? But that was pretty cool. The seats were awesome. As always, your boy always gets the seats. Cheers to the seats, right? This time I was sitting in section 113. I want to say row three. It was definitely row three, seat like 15 or 16, something like that. Literally a 50-yard line, 49-yard line. Yeah, it was absolutely bonkers. I liked everything about the stadium. They had a whole lot of obvious, car stuff. Indy 500, right? So, I mean, the stadium was built, had a bunch of cars. Even in the airport, the Indy 500 cars. Danica Patrick's car was in the airport, I believe. Her rookie car, maybe, as long as some other things. Real short ride from the airport to the stadium. You're talking 30 minutes. I mean, 15 minutes, 20 minutes max, depending on what kind of driver you have. I got there late, so I think it only took me about 10 to 12 minutes. Um, yeah, but it's not far at all. And the number one thing I absolutely loved about this stadium, and it's gonna get a ranking of number one on the charts for me. I'm sorry, but yeah, everything is within walking distance. Period. I'm sure there are other uh, stadiums in the league that I have not been to, and clearly the Raiders stadium, right? It's right across the bridge from the Mandalay Bay, which is basically the Luxor, Delano, right? It's a couple more feet, you're at Excalibur, New York. It's all walking distance, but it's quite of a trek to do all that in Vegas. And this was the first time that I got to my hotel room and did not need a single Uber anywhere. Um, Went to St. Elmo's, which is one of their top-notch steakhouses. Absolutely loved it and enjoyed it. Understand why it's top-notch. I wanted to go to Izzy's and something. I can't remember. Something Izzy's. It's a popular place. Clearly, it was completely packed. They didn't have any seats, not even at the bar. I even waited 15, 20 minutes. And no seats came up from the bar. So that's how I ended up at St. Elmo's. But I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But all of the Indy folks don't know exactly what I'm talking about. It's their hometown. These places, I'm sure, have been around for quite some time. Really, really good food. Um, and again, everything is all walking distance, less than a mile, I would say, from the hotels. In the hotel I stayed at, I stayed at the Town Center Marriott, which was, I don't even know if it took me 5 minutes to walk to the stadium. It took me by surprise. I actually love to use my GoPro and get a lot of footage of the walk, right? That's what I call it, the walk to the stadium. There's been some pretty cool walks. Let me think. I think we have the best walk. I'm gonna give us that, right? Yep. That goes to Raider Nation because of that bridge. You gotta go to a game, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But I can't believe I'm gonna say this and actually put it on live so somebody can actually see this again. But I was pretty impressed with the walk to Donkeyland. Jesus, I can't believe I'm doing this. That hurt right there, people. But yeah, Donkeyland. That was a badass walk. I really enjoyed that walk to the stadium. Uh, it's got a couple of twists and turns. There's more than one way to go, but you're gonna get a full crowd either way. So So yeah, but Indy was way too short. I didn't get much footage, if anything at all, right? I mean, by the time I even pulled out the GoPro, I mean, you were already at the stadium. So yeah, and there's multiple places I'm sure to stay. I saw a couple of other hotels literally right there. So I had a great time at Town Place, great place, very clean, affordable, and you had your own kitchen. With this one, it was a suite, and it was not. Yeah, it's not like I went all out or anything for this. It was just the going rate. So yeah, nice setup. Lucas Oil Stadium again, absolutely gorgeous. Everything about it, the decor, everything, the food. Oh man, so club seats there. And I don't know about a VIP or anything along those lines, or if they even do anything with like all inclusive. I didn't see wristbands or anything like that. There was no way to get on the field, if you will. As far as like the newer stadiums, like Raiders, right? Like the dumpster fire we all call SoFi. Yeah, they don't all have those. Dallas Cowboys, right? Getting those founders seats were incredible. Jerry World, hats off to you, man. Great Thanksgiving, even better because we beat y'all. So yeah, um, yeah, stadium, it's fire. I would absolutely go back in a heartbeat, and I would go back even if the Raiders aren't playing. Um, the city, absolutely live. 100% any and everything you can think of that you would want. I don't care. If you want a hip hop club, it's there. If you want a country club, it's there. If you want techno, it's there. Everything is all right there, and it's all within walking distance. And the coolest thing, also, in my opinion, was it seemed like everything was open till like 2:33, like earliest, as far as what I was hearing from a certain couple of places. And hey, they may have been misunderstanding what but that's what they were saying. 2:30, 3 o'clock was like the earliest they would close certain places. Yeah, it was nice. It was badass. Absolutely would highly suggest going to a Colts game if you've never been, regardless of if you're a fan of who is playing them or not. Yeah, and I got some merch right from being in the being in the club. Actually, I think, and that was the other cool thing. I think they just gave out these scarves. I should have brought it up, but they gave out these scarves, and they're little pamphlets. They're typical, just like Denver's and most of your typical game programs. We clearly go completely far over beyond the top when it comes to that, and we're not going to get anything else like that from the rest of the league. Maybe a couple of other new stadiums that may open, but I don't expect to see anything as over the top as Las Vegas. It's just not going to happen. So um yeah, let me see what time is it. We got 15 minutes in. I will circle back and recap some more of the stadium stuff. But what I also want to do is make sure I drop the link. Yes, sir. Mr. Freeman, Raider Nation, baby. That's what we're here to talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna drop that link right there. I know Cuz will be up. Stop Raider Aiden, who's a guest regularly on the show. So I just wanted to make sure I drop that link in there. And anybody else that wants to get on the show, I guess I should give my disclaimer now. You are your own person. You know, I'm not going to take down any videos. Say what you mean what you say. Understand that, who knows what could be said and go viral and who can hear it. So I will leave that up to you to decide from that respect. But just please understand that coming up, yeah, whatever you say stays. That goes for you and me both. So, or anybody else that hops up. So, feel free to join, and absolutely, I will bring you in on the panel. But yeah, I'm going to keep talking about the stadium and the club seats to be specific because again, you got to give credit where credit was due. You want to talk about super affordable? I mean, they had one prime rib sandwich with chips, potatoes, pickle. I mean, a whole big plate of food, and it was like $10 or $12. I was like, huh? I mean, and again, right? The tickets aren't inexpensive. I mean, especially that section, club seats and so forth. But you don't expect good prices. You expect to probably pay a little bit more, and if you're not paying for an all-inclusive type ticket, right, you would expect. Excuse me, I was expecting, just to give an example, that's it. What that plate of food, I would have charged $20 minimum. Minimum. Yeah, a prime rib, I mean minimum. But again, right? I mean, I'm sure it's all priced in. They know what they're doing. Place has been open and in business since what, '08 when it started. Yeah, so food very affordable, drinks very affordable. Everything was affordable from that respect. More so than probably everywhere else that I've gone, to be honest. All stadiums. You don't even have to ask about the Raiders. The Raiders, going to a Raiders game is going to be the absolute most expensive game you're going to go to. No question about it. No way around it. It just doesn't matter. The only place you may get away with being a little bit cheaper, and that'll be because you're lucky or you booked way super earlier, things like that, or your flights or your hotels, depending on where you want to stay, that kind of stuff. But as far as everything else, when it comes to ticket prices, the food inside the stadium, Las Vegas Raiders is going to probably be the most expensive out of all. I think they actually have a list of most affordable stadiums and stuff like that when it comes to food and costs, all that good stuff. But yeah, Lucas Oil Stadium has all of that. I was I was blown away by the decor, all of it. It was really well thought out. There, and that was the other thing. So I don't know if this works for us. And again, I'll find out. Final game of the season in Las Vegas. But I don't think you can go to both sides of the club's areas with your ticket. I think you have to go to the side that you're supposed to be on. At Lucas Oil, I was able to go to both sides. They were very polite, said, clearly you can obviously come in here, but your seats are on the other side. And I just explained. I wanted to see if there was any difference, because I do believe there are absolutely differences in stadiums when it comes to visitor and home side um, club seats. I know there's got to be for us, whether it's the decor, that kind of thing, right? Because clearly on our side we have the trophies, the VIP section, the Raiderettes locker room is back over there. There's a lot going on our side, but I can't say that I know on the other side. So that's another task for me to to get resolved for ourselves when it comes to the last game in the stadium for the season, which is amazing to me. I can't believe that I'm actually going to be able to say I've gone to every single Raider home game for the first season of it being open to the public. I think that's pretty awesome. Um, it's definitely a dream come true, if you will, that I never dreamed. It's kind of one of those situations where, I just had this epiphany. Yes, go to every game. That's home game. That's how it started. And when I got to that first home game, I was blown away. Um, if you want to talk about feeling like a kid again, I mean, that's just really what happened. That first game, it was amazing. Second game, third game, right? And then I think that's when we went to Pitt. And unfortunately, I had prior obligations I couldn't get out of, so I couldn't go to that game. My dog Ike, he went to that game. My boy I played with at MSU. I get to see him on Friday, Saturday for the MSU North Dakota championship game. But yeah, I couldn't make that game, and then again, and this is going to always be the case. I'm not sitting in anybody's Colts stadium in December. That I shouldn't say that because I will, but there's obviously a caveat to that. And what I mean is, I'm not going to sit in anybody's Colts stadium for a regular season game. Because the reality is we win and we're in, but guess where we're going if we win and we're in? We're going back to Kansas City, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's what it looks like. KC is what it'll be. I've already chatted a little bit about that. I'm sure I had people. I'm surprised I didn't lose any subscribers based on my recap of the Chiefs. That stadium was awesome too. That city is. I'm shocked. Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm shocked, and I've been a lot of places in this country. There are only a few states I have not been to, and let me tell you, Indy absolutely shocked me. Super surprised about everything, the setup, the downtown area, um, the transportation for your patron, everything. Really, really set up well. Really set up well to thrive and allow people to move and network and make money. That's really what it boils down to. And I'm always a fan of a city like that. So kudos, tip my hats off last time to Indy. But yeah, we may end up in KC. So now that we got all of that stuff out the way, let's talk about the game, right? Let's talk about the game. I'm hoping Cuz can hop on because I mean, I thought we did outstanding everywhere. I mean, first and foremost, again, I know you guys are like, this guy. Are you sure you're a Raider fan? I'm always giving him props, man. Hey, I should be honest and upfront. I am actually a football fan first. Period. Football fan first. It was my life for a long period of time. It's starting to turn back into my life, as you can see, at least when it comes to following my Raiders. I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe I'll start following my old teams as well as far as college is concerned also. But what I can tell you is, yeah, this is something that's been a part of my life, and it'll never ever not be, right? So I mean, it's definitely been a blessing. I'm ecstatic that, you know, I did this for myself. Got to bring my sons, right? Another big up. They got to see those donkeys get those buck teeth kicked in. I'm so excited about it. I mean, that in itself for me, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Raider Nation, we beat the Donkeys twice this year. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I know I want to go to the playoffs and all too, but I'm happy. So, all right, I digress. Let's get back to the game. So, Like I said, I'm going to start out with what I thought was going to be the problem no matter what we tried. And that's that dude named Taylor. What? Taylor is a monster. Listen to me when I tell you, this kid is a monster. I was a running back. I played running back. I like to think I was decent, at the least, right? I don't know anyone that if I honestly asked if you thought I stunk or any, I don't know anyone that would say, yeah, you didn't deserve your scholarship. You didn't deserve, I don't think I'd hear that, So I think I have some merit here. I think I have experience as a running back more so than most. Clearly I did not play professionally. I did not play in NFL, CFL. I did not, I don't count. What do they used to call that stuff when I first graduated? What was it called? The semi-pro league. Yeah, I still laugh at that stuff. Yeah, I don't count semi-pro. Are you kidding me? Yeah, so no, I've not played in the league, but I have gotten through college, and I'm a running back, man. Y'all see the numbers. Y'all see the name of the show, the Ultimate Raider Fan 32. It's the reason why I even really took note to football. Mr. Marcus Allen. I got his memoriam over there. I can't wait to get that up. That's gonna be for next year. I'm just going. I gotta leave some stuff for next year, right? And like I told you guys, don't worry. Season may end here in a few weeks here to a month, but trust me, your boy got footage to hold you through. Hopefully for the summer, right? That's the plan. To put out videos throughout while we're sitting here stuck, waiting for the season. Kind of replay that season for you. Give you some good videos, some good footage of stuff that you know you haven't seen, at least from me, anyways. And my crazy behind running around these stadiums with this GoPro strapped onto my wrist. it's it'll be some interesting stuff for sure. But yeah, Taylor, back to this guy. I'm telling you, I I don't know, man. I haven't seen a person like him run this angry in a long time. I mean, we did everything we possibly could have correctly to stop this kid, and he still had 100 plus yards. I mean, we won. We held them under what 30 points. Anytime you hold a team under 30 points, in my opinion, with this league and these type of offenses and so forth, that's a win. If you held somebody under 30 and y'all lost, I'm not saying that's on the defense. So that's me personally. Um, I think the league has been doctored up to allow more points. That's just the way that they do things. They want to make sure that people still have the ability to be alive throughout these games and make them competitive. Yeah, I don't know. I think that anything under 30, that's decent. Anything under 20, you got a defense. You got a top 10 defense. I don't, and these, I am totally guesstimating and speculating. I don't know the numbers on this stuff. Um, and eventually people will start calling me out, hopefully. And then that way we can start digging and diving if that's what the fans and people want. But I'm just telling you, I think we have a solid defense. And now the offense is starting to turn back around, right? Pick things back up. Yeah, so for the last time, I'm going to say it because I want y'all to understand this kid is going to be a problem for at least another decade, unless he's health, obviously for everyone. But I'm telling y'all guys, this kid Taylor, he's a monster. He's a monster. It's gonna be tough. I feel bad for that division. I feel bad. I feel bad for us when we got to deal with it because I'm telling you, that kid's a player. He's the type of running back that can win the game himself, in my opinion. I you know I'm not, again. I have not. It's very fitting he has Marshall Falk's number. Uh, yeah, I'll tell you guys this story. It's a college story. It's one of my favorite stories of all time, and you can actually go look this up. But I'll never forget this for as long as I live. Marshall Falk, San Diego State. This dude is playing Hawaii, and they call a trap. You know, San Diego State ran a lot of single back for him. Marshall Falk ran a trap. I'm not talking a guard trap, a tackle. No, he ran a center trap. The ball was literally in the middle of the hash. It couldn't be more perfect than the middle of the field, period. Right? So, and the ball was on the 22-yard line. It was 72, 60, 70, 80, 90. It was on the 18-yard line. The ball was on the 18-yard line. Marshall Falk took a trap, run play, which means he took the ball straight up the center's, where the center was before he, took the angle for the trap. And this dude ran for 72 yards and did not, listen to what I tell you, he did not veer to the right. He ran straight up the middle of the field for 72 yards and did not get touched. Now I'm sure we're all like, yeah, okay, whatever. T, that sounds cool. I mean, plenty of guys have done that, right? Of course. Let me tell you why this is so special. There was a cornerback for Hawaii this year, and he ran a 4.2 some odd 40 clock, maybe 4.3. Again, this is all Googleable, everything. You can look this up. This dude was actually playing off 10 yards, which means we all know he had the angle. Not only did he have the angle, he was 10 yards off. And he ran a sub 4.3. He couldn't even smell Marshall Falk during that 72-yard run, which, by the way, again, he did not veer off. The guy ended the run up the middle of the hash marks. I still don't understand how you can be that fast. If there's anything that you know about Marshall Falk, he was absolutely ridiculously fast. So, again, we're going to end Taylor off with that. He's wearing Marshall Falk's number. I think that was for a reason. A lot of stuff happens for a reason, right? I'm telling y'all, I'm putting the whole league on notice. Everybody's going to have to deal with that kid. If you play that team, everybody's going to have to deal with that kid. And it ain't going to be nice. That's all I can tell you. It is not going to be nice. So, kudos to us. Kudos to that defense. Perryman coming off the COVID nonsense. Definitely not 100%. So, yeah, good for him. Good for our defense. Great momentum for these next 4 games we're about to win. But yeah, that's my Marshall Falk. That's Taylor. That's him in a nutshell. He's the only reason they did much. Again, he got them out of bad situations when necessary, and even when not necessary. He was a treat. I'm telling you, but he might. I'm biased. I'm a running back, so I don't know why. Yeah, he might have been the best treat that I've gotten all year. And that's a little weird too, because I will say, you know what, Jacobs has been trying to get back right. All I gotta say is I told everybody from jump the minute he got hurt, you can go back. I'm gonna be putting all this footage out to big up myself. pat myself on the back with this because I told everybody when Jacobs got hurt, go sit down, man. Take 2 weeks off minimal. You got turf toe, ankle injuries that you're running back. You're never gonna do good. You're gonna be mediocre for the next 7 to 10 games until you figure out how to run on it. And then by that time you figure it out, it'll be good anyway. So, and that's what I think we're seeing, right? We saw what he did, not this week, but last week, which was beautiful to see. I was really happy to see him getting back on track, but I mean, it's still not him. He's nowhere close to what he did last year or the year before. So he's gotta have that cleaned up for next year. Um, that's a big dude. That's a big, thick dude. I think he may benefit from being a little more lean. I don't. That's now we're getting way too into the weeds. But yeah, we played really well. He played well. Jacobs played well against the Colts, and I mean, Carr did his thing. My boy. I'm. That's the other thing I'm gonna say. And this doesn't matter. I've had a lot. We've had our ups and downs, right? Let's have this talk here. Let's go Raider Nation. We're gonna talk about this. This Derek Carr thing. I've thought about it from every angle one can think about it. Um, I've thought about it from a fan's perspective. I thought about it from a fanboy's perspective. I've thought about it from an objective perspective. I've thought about it from every which way till Sunday. Um, and the harsh reality is we are and have been, it's the fabric of our being as far as dysfunction, period. You cannot say Raiders without the word dysfunction ever, ever. And that's the way Al wanted it, damn it. And I'm happy with that. Look, as much crap as I talked about Al, man, you're never gonna hear me. Al is the man. He's our God. He's our God. And the reason being is, guess what? We're all witnessing it and have been witnessing it since 2011 and his death. We've had talent. We've had everything we've needed. But guess what? I keep saying it and I'm going to continue to say it until at some point it turns for him. But Mark cannot win with dysfunction. He doesn't know how to win. He doesn't have that it factor or whatever it is, whatever his dad had or whatever his dad didn't have, but knew who needed to be around to have in order for the team to function in this dysfunction. He's going to get the best out of you. Mark ain't getting the best out of our players right now. It's just not happening. Right? I mean, let's talk about it, right? I mean, it pains me to have to even say this one, right? I mean, it's the big elephant in the room, right? We all know it's just happened. Nate Hobbs, right? I mean, of all games to pull this, like of all times to pull this, like really? But again, you know what? There's a reason why Al had 3 words, and we all know what they are. Just win, baby. That's it. Nothing else matters. No one wants to hear the sob stories. No one wants to hear about you having COVID. No one wants to hear about your pinky toe being hurt and you can't get it taped up before. No one wants to hear about any of those. It's all about winning. Just win. That's it. No one cares about that stuff. So that's where we are with it when it comes to Mark Davis having to figure this out. I don't know if he needs to find, his right hand man. Maybe that's how his dad did. I don't know. I don't know the answer for him. But what I do know is we will always be dysfunctional. That's just what it is. Shout out to the Raiders. It's who we are. I wouldn't want it to be any other way. I don't know about y'all, but I'm cool with it. I'm more than that. And you need that little crazy. You need that, in my opinion. Every essence and fabric of our being is because of it being needed in order to win. At the very least, at that time when Al was doing all of this. And if it was good enough to win then, I don't care what anyone says. It's good enough to win now. Yes, the NFL is changing the game as best as they possibly can to put more butts in the seats and be more exciting and more points. It's like they're trying to catch up to basketball, which is silly to me because the real game of football and actually having the ability to play defense is what's more important. That's a whole nother conversation to go down. But we have to continue to win with dysfunction. We have to continue to win with dysfunctional players. It's part of what we are. It's part of who we are. It's part of that essence. It's part of all of that stuff. I, you know, I, I don't know. We're just gonna have to figure out how to win from that respect. Uh-oh. Struggle streaming, as they call it. Thanks, dog. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do something about that. Let me see. Saying my connection is unstable. I don't know. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's messed up. Well, I bet I know what it might be. Let me look real quick. Real quick. Let's see if I'm connected to the correct. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to check this out. Well, I got a few more shows till the end. Yeah. Download this. Yeah, this is good. It looks good. Yeah, all my points are. Oh wait, office is offline. Okay. I get it. Yeah, one of my pods is off for my Wi-Fi mesh, my Wi-Fi mesh. So I wonder if that's causing some of this. In any event, it's already been 43 minutes. We're gonna try to wind this thing down, obviously, especially since the video is bad, anyways. But yeah. So as far as the game, everybody showed up. Nobody did anything out of the ordinary, bad. Like, I mean, obviously, everybody came to play, including us. So that's the one thing I didn't say, and I'm shocked I didn't bring this up sooner. We were deep. Listen to what I tell you. This game was probably the most deep away game I'd ever been to. I felt like us at home. You know what I mean? As far as their players. That was the other funny thing, too. This is how you know people are so used to winning. I'm telling you, they were so quiet and polite, the fans. Like, you could hear a pin drop throughout damn near the whole game. Like, there was no yelling at Carson Wentz, which they should have. Like, there's no, it just sitting back. It reminded me of the Bernie meme with his legs crossed and the hands like that. That's what that said. It was just like, oh, Peyton's coming. You could just tell they were just so used to winning And Peyton Manning just, oh, it will win, right? We're used to this. We'll be in the playoffs. That's just how it felt. I'm just telling you how it felt. And I even cracked a couple of jokes like that. And they were like, yeah, well, they were kind of owning up to it a little bit. Like, yeah. And that was weird. But we were deep, the deepest of any game away, even more so than the Cowboys. And I'm telling you, there are so many chapters of Raider Nation in this state. You would be shocked. Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Austin. We have a huge following here in Austin, and they all meet either at Bombshells or Bone Daddies. It depends for the game. Amazing. We're everywhere. You guys know that we're everywhere. So, but but yeah, this was a game for the ages for us. I mean, and I had started off. I know I'd gone away. I always get off on these tangents, but bottom line, what I need to say is Derek Carr. You know, the guy's gotten so much flack from us. He's literally half of our fan base would like to wish him to walk off the plank. Right. And after all of my analysis, we are so wrong. We're wrong. We want him to walk off the plank for all the wrong reasons. And not the right reasons, because the right reasons would be no different than what Cuz brought up, which is Matt Stafford. You put Derek Carr on a team with a defense and just a number one receiver, which he's probably never had at Oakland, Vegas, dude, who knows what happens? The kid is an elite quarterback. The numbers speak for themselves. Period. No matter how you want to look at it. And that's the way it goes, right? This is where I have to bow down. I have to always go back to the Jay-Z quote. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The numbers don't lie, man. Derek Carr is elite for a reason. He's put up numbers for a reason. He's had 5, 6 different coaches. He's never had a number one receiver. He's barely had, great running backs, if you will. He's barely had anything. He's never had a line. He's always been running for his life. In fact, he broke his ankle the only year that they had, right? The list goes on, and we just bag on. Look, every other quarterback in the NFL has had bad games with an S. Not bad game, bad games all season. All of them. Look at Tom Brady. Got shut out by the Saints. The Saints. Really, Tom? Nothing? Goose egg? Saints? So, yeah. Just look at the history of our quarterbacks. I wonder, was I delusional too? Was I not? I think so. I have to admit it. I'm telling you guys, if you got a Derek Carr problem's probably you. I don't know. I don't know any other way to put that. That problem is probably you, sir or ma'am. After really digesting all I need to do, I don't need to hear about the plays he's missed, right? And I have them myself. I've been to every game except for 2. I've sat and watched it just like other, right? I've had my reasons, which is why it's hard to argue my debate and my side of it, because we're sitting here watching dudes run wide open with their hand up right in front of us. And I mean, who are we to say he should be looking at that? Don't get me wrong. We're fans. We are, but the truth is, Yeah, I don't know. I just Carr's the guy. Carr's the guy. I'm sorry, Liz. I see. Bill said Liz didn't like that. If it was the Carr thing, I don't know. I'm just telling you. Carr is he's. I'm telling you. If and I, the other weirdest thing is I believe the guy. I believe that if Carr actually doesn't, get re-signed and they try to trade him, I believe the guy would quit. I really do. Shout out to Carr. This dude's like, nah, I'm a Raider. That's it. And you gotta respect that. Again, like, you have to look at yourself at this point. Is it you? Like, is it Carr? Or are you the problem? Because again, I don't think any of us want to see what happens. The Saints coming. That's what's up. Well, I mean, I'm sad. The Saints are dealing with, right? Y'all lost to, I think, is your next up and comer, and that is Jameis Winston. People can say what they want to say. Man, him and old boy as the coach, that can be a problem. So Liz, don't worry about that. Y'all all right. Trust me. Y'all all right. Y'all got weapons, Kamar, Thomas. Y'all all right. So you ain't gotta worry about that. But yeah, for us, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna just let y'all Raider Nation fans know. It's very easy to do. Just go look at the quarterbacks we had previous. Just go look. Just go look it up and see what's been going down. You you don't want that. You know, you don't want that for the next 10 years. I mean, he's got to come with a friendly contract. That's the one thing we absolutely understand. He understands. We have to come with a friendly contract in order for this to get done and for us to win. No way around that. Gotta have that. So, and I think we'll get that out of Carr. I think we'll get that out of Carr and then some. The guy, dude, he's been a godsend for us. You know what? Maybe that's what I'll do. At the end of the season, that's what I'll do. I will have a show specifically just for Carr. I will have film. I'll have film on the good and the bad, right? And we'll discuss it. But the truth and the fact of the matter is, you're not going to just go get another car. If anything can tell you that, it should be the whole Ruggs situation. I mean, let's be real here. Deshaun Jackson is just no slouch. He's not some slouch. He's not just some dude they picked up off the street. Let's be real here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Like, none of these guys are really from that respect. And if he hasn't been able to somewhat mimic, if you will, and create what Ruggs had for us, that should tell you you just don't pick these people up off the street. Like, you don't just go get another one. I don't know. And the bottom line with quarterbacks, it's even that much more, right? It's even that much more of a problem. This guy has been, I just want you, he's been in 6 different offensive. Someone said it earlier today, a commentator. No, yeah, it was a commentator, but they were talking for Rich Gannon, I believe, talking about he's been in this system for a long time. Really? Which one? Which system has he been in for a really long time? Because the last I saw, we haven't kept a coach for more than 2-3 years in the last 7. So I don't even know why I said 2 to 3, 1 to 2 years. So you tell me what system he been in for a long time and he's comfortable, because he's had more coaches than number 1 wide receivers. Yes. Even another point. The dudes had more coaches than number one wide receivers. It speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, I'm actually a little embarrassed. Gonna be honest. I'm a little embarrassed that my allowing of our fan base to turn me on this guy in certain ways. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. You just name one quarterback that hasn't had a bad game or bad games. Aaron Rodgers. Any of them, name them. Tom Brady. Any of them. If you remember at the beginning of the season, everybody thought the Green Bay might as well just pack it in. If you don't remember that, what did Aaron do? Pipe down. Hold your horses early, right? Derek Carr doesn't have a great track record, not to his fault. But guess what? Everyone wanted to say, "Oh, look at the slide! Look, oh, we're going back. We're losing again. Back in the." Look what happened. Pipe down. We're 3-0, baby. Right? So I don't know. This kid has us with a chance to get in the playoffs. That's all that card's done. That's it. That's it. Just a chance for the game. I mean, you got a lot of people sitting at home right now. And with the season we've had, all we have is just one game to get to the playoffs. Yeah, cards. Yeah. So yeah, I'm changing my tune. I'm leaving that man alone. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Raider Nation, I'm done. Carr can stay a Raider as long as he wants to stay a Raider, in my opinion. Um, Based on what he's done, what he's proven, what he's gotten to. I know I got a lot of folks that's gonna hate hearing that. Right, 50% of our fan base. It's weird. It's so crazy. I don't know. But I've done my assessment. I've listened objectively everywhere. And my final decision is absolutely Carr is he's going to go down as one of the best quarterbacks in football, statistically. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. At one point this season, he was literally the number one quarterback, statistically. So I don't know. I don't I'm done with the whole flip flopping on. I'm not flopping anymore. Not flipping anymore. Carr is our guy. Carr is our guy. Carr is our guy. Derek Carr is our guy. That's it. That's what it is. So yeah, for the first time, I don't even want to cut this short. I'm just mad that the video is messed up, and I don't want to just keep talking if the video is screwed up. And I know it's probably still screwed up. So, because there's still a lot to talk about. Yep, the video's still screwed up. So, yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Don't worry, I'll get my video situation squared away. Um, we still got a few more shows. I think we got at least 3 more shows as far as Tuesday nights. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't even know if it'll be. Well, we won't even need Tuesdays anymore. It'll be Monday nights, right? Because Monday night football is over after this week. So, yeah. I appreciate y'all. Raider Nation. It was a good show, I think. As far as the points being brought up and where we are today. I mean, that was a great big win for us. And One more win and we in. We in the playoffs. Who would have ever thought that? Nobody thought that. So, yeah, let me see if I can get my song. Nobody thought that, though. Seriously. Real talk. Nobody thought that at all. So yeah. I think we should all get ready. Yeah. Yeah. We are. I think we're going to make it, ladies and gentlemen. Raider Nation. Yeah. We going to make those playoffs, Dougie. I believe it. I believe we're going to make the playoffs. I do. Mark my words. I'll be there Sunday. Hey, I'll say this. We got my Bobcats. We fighting for that chip. You know what I'm saying? Last time we was there was 1984. I want to say half that team, the whole team, right? They all going to be there Friday and Saturday, right? I know half my squad going to be there. There's too many of them to name. Chip. My boy Perk. Got his baby boy in the game. What? Starting center from the bottom, and now we here. You know what I'm saying? Got Rollo. We got Chad. Man, I can sit here and name them up. We got Ray. We got plenty of people coming to the game. Like I said, half my squad. Harry, Scotty. Man, I can name them up. OT. Ike. Yeah. But yeah, this is an important weekend for you. It's an important weekend for all of us, and I appreciate that. T Crump is out. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.